in the picture.
That's when you learn. That's how I learned too. Same thing.
Yo,
No, yo, they like you sit there cheesing and you just see eyes
it's crazy. Yo, bruh.
and a nice shirt.
From that moment, from that moment on, I was so focused on my lighting. Like now I'm like, if I go anywhere, I'm like, yo, make sure you get me right underneath this light because you ain't gonna see me if I show up. You know what I'm saying?
A little behind the scenes thing. We just spent like 20 minutes working on lighting.
Facts.
Before this.
I told
Exactly,
him too because
bro.
we're doing the remodeling the studio a bit. We got this white acoustic panel behind me, so I got the opposite problem.
Yeah,
I'm blending in camouflage behind this white thing here.
So yeah, man. Well,
So like, as you can tell for this video, Ace is looking might bright today.
yeah, I might be a little bright. I mean, I got a bright shirt on,
Super
so it
bright.
doesn't. It's probably not helping the situation.
He's traumatized. That's what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, man, gentlemen, what we got going on for today? What's happening around the DMV, around the world? Really, what's going on?
Well, I mean, it affects the world, but
Definitely.
I think it originated in the DMV. Have you all seen the fallout between the narcissist man babies,
Two narcissists.
Musk and Trump?
Happy Pride Month. This is what happens when two men break up.
Yo,
We're seeing some mad drama with these two for real.
yeah,
It's crazy.
It's crazy because they're all the full, Republicans were all about Elon. Like support, like he's number two. Like they even talked about the vice president. They talked about Elon and Trump.
Yeah.
And now they're sending memes for him to get deported.
I mean, Elon was all about the president.
Yeah.
It was all about the Republicans until.
I mean like the honeymoon phase is done.
Well, I think
it's a full divorce now.
I know.
And it's messy.
I think the crazy thing about it is, I mean, we all knew it was going to happen. They're two narcissists. They're both like rich and white, and they got money and power, and they've been used to that their whole life. And neither one of them is going to want to take orders from the other. So it was kind of like, I think Musk paid so much thinking that he would have enough leeway, like on the low, like he would be able to kind of own the presidency a bit. And then Trump, I think, planning this from the beginning, which is why he never gave him an official cabinet position. He kept him on that unofficial, like temporary government
probational period of 3 months, like typical, like, yo, do what you gotta do, but guess what?
Yeah.
He's still a contractor.
Yeah. Well, basically, like, you're gonna rack up all the hate with everything that you're doing with Doge.
Like Ace said, he was a face.
Yeah.
He was a face.
Yeah, he was a face, and that's the whole thing. Once again, I always say this in this situation. I always say this, but I've said this enough times in this situation that Trump runs the country like a corporation, and I don't think you can do that. So when you have now two businessmen,
like this is two alphas did not coexist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you don't have two CEOs of a company. Like, it just doesn't happen. You can't have two people making the executive decisions. And at this point, Musk figured, like you said, he probably paid enough money that he should have more leeway.
Which is wild that he thought he could buy the presidency.
But Trump runs it like a business.
It's true,
so, you know what I'm saying? When you got two businessmen dealing with each other, that's what they going to figure.
Mm-hmm.
And in that situation, we end up in, this situation.
This situation, and it's bad. Like, it's out there. Like,
what are some things that were said, though?
Well,
what was some things that were said? Because I know that Musk went on a Twitter rant.
Yeah. I mean, there was a whole bunch of Twitter fingers going back and forth kind of all day. And Trump, mix of Twitter stuff, mix of like his platform is, Truth Social, whatever.
Yeah.
And then some stuff that he was saying to live interviewers. But like Musk was just shooting shots. I mean, I think some of the more prevalent ones were saying that Musk said that Trump will never release the Epstein files because Trump is implicated in it. Like, he's all over it. Which, again, he's got all these pictures with Epstein. He's been to a lot of parties. So it's like not a stretch to believe that he's there when the crimes happened either, you know.
I have a thought. I think Elon, just like Batman, found some things that he's like, all right, keep fucking around with me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got your kryptonite. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he got the thing about that is if you have that type of evidence or you have that type of knowledge on somebody, knowing what the implications could mean for not just your business but your career at this point. Yeah, it's just, I mean, your livelihood, everything, your life.
I mean, you're taking a risk because again, he can send some people. I mean, and think about, I don't think actually even
you can, but at the same time, you're
also putting yourself in.
Now you're putting yourself in risk because, I mean, not saying that South Africa has the biggest army and you don't want to go to war with South Africa, but when you put yourself in that situation, you know what I'm saying? It's too much.
It's
and
messy.
And at the same time, a billionaire trying to take possibly
allegedly,
not even allegedly, because it's not even happening. We're purely speculating here.
Yeah, please.
Just having fun.
Yeah,
just having fun. We're purely speculating here.
Okay, we don't have enough followers. To
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just letting y'all know.
Purely speculating.
We're just having fun here.
So if one billionaire tried to take out another billionaire, I don't know how well it'll go, because I mean, one is the president right now, but one
has a lot
more money. So you know what I'm saying? It's like,
but you know,
like trying to take out Tony Stark or something.
I think at the end of the day, I don't know. I think that this was partially planned on Trump's end. Like, he set himself up with many fail safes to like get rid of Elon quickly, and I think that was kind of the plan with the whole Doge thing. But then, the question is like, what did Elon learn when he was up close with Trump for the last year? You know, all those dinners, all those hangouts and stuff. He must have overheard stuff. He must have seen stuff. You know, he had access. The other weird thing is like Doge was going in to places and like getting like the whole software, like the whole very classified documents, and locking the IT department out, and they were kind of doing their own thing and pulling stuff. So we don't really know what he got from there. A lot of it was like US. He had access to everyone's social security numbers. He had access to all this other stuff, but he had probably had access to a lot of other stuff, government officials, a lot of private knowledge and things like that. So like, I don't know. He
has to have something to actually speak out. Like, you know,
he could be gathering his own insurance policy with this.
Yeah, like if something happens to me, guys, it would point at this guy and da da da. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why
we don't know. We don't know.
We're not at that tax bracket.
The one thing that I found strange is the claim that Trump wouldn't have won the presidency without Musk.
I think so.
That is. I'm just saying.
It was a strong.
I find it.
That Elon was.
I'm just saying. I'm not alluding to anything.
We're going back to conspiracy theory.
I'm just saying. I think it's a very strange claim, because without being, I guess, direct, it leaves you open to a lot of speculation. So however your brain wants to take it is however far you can go with it. So what does he mean by, what do you guys think he means by he would not have won the presidency without me or without Musk or whatever?
Well, I think Trump said something along the same lines in the reverse. He was like, I would have won without Musk as well, you know?
Of course Trump is going to say that, but why would Musk out of all the things that Musk, we're speculating that he could be getting information to prove
that
it could be. I wonder. I always say you have to think about why people do certain things. You don't always got to think about what they're doing. Yeah. You got to think about why they're doing it. So it's like,
I feel it did. I think he had, because I mean the way that he was in the Oval Office, and the way it was kind of like, yo, don't side check. You know, don't put me to the side. You know, if it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And literally, I mean...
he said that Trump was ungrateful, you know? Which was like, you know, the lack of gratitude. Like, he felt he was owed, like, being essentially like the sidekick president because he paid so much, you know?
He paid a lot. Like, he literally and then also being on that trail, like, it wasn't only Donald Trump going out there. You know, he was actually going out to other states and pretty much bidding for Donald Trump.
But at the same time, like in Georgia, or I think it was Georgia, or no, it was I forget one of the states, but there was a runoff election for a state Supreme Court race, and he put in like $250 million or some astronomical amount, Elon, and the candidate he was backing didn't win. So like his money didn't buy it. It might have just been fallout for him. Like backlash of him buying the presidency almost, or helping to buy that.
Overall, it did help out. I think. Overall.
I'm sure it helped the candidate, but the candidate still didn't win.
Wasn't he? I mean, wasn't he in the inauguration?
What was that one?
If somebody had no backing, he was literally.
No, I'm sure it helped him.
What was that one governor or one dude, Bloomberg or something like that?
Bloomberg
hopped in the race. York? Yeah, he hopped in the race for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, he was
spent like $50 million, and he was like, it was like, all right, I'm cool.
Like he couldn't touch Elon Musk on that.
Yeah.
So
That's why he was like, I'm bleeding money. He was literally,
Yeah.
I'm bleeding money for no apparent reason. I'm gonna lose. So he backed out.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but the crazy thing right now is we're literally living in an oligarchy where very successful businessmen can buy their way into prominent political roles. I mean that's literally what Elon did, and then he got cast aside. You know,
He's like, I don't need you no more.
Yeah, so it's
it's kind of like, damn. And, you know,
it's a friendship breakup.
It's
And
friendship.
It's a divorce, and we're all the kids watching, saying who's gonna pay for what now.
The side piece got. You know, I gotta go to my main joint, and he's like, nah, you ain't gonna do to me like this.
Gotta get back to business. That's really what it come down to. Tesla stock been taking a hit. He had to separate.
But now Trump is saying that he's going to cancel all the contracts, the government contracts with Tesla, and then Musk is saying, well, then you know what? I'm gonna not make any more SpaceX rockets for the government. And then Trump is like, you know what? Maybe I'll sell my personal Tesla. So it's like as petty as it can be. Like this one Tesla sale of like $20,000 is gonna, because the retail market on those things is like nothing now. Is gonna change your mind, you know.
Man, I know my homegirl was putting me on to some. I can't even say she was putting me on to something, but she was telling me something about how you can go to like Budget and buy a Tesla for like